Hello everybody, this is Jay Haynes for the Film Sensei YouTube channel. Welcome to my very first live chat, 20 minutes with Sensei Q&A, and we're going to get started right after the bumper. All right, I got a couple of rules I want to talk about before we begin, okay? The first thing is this is a family and children friendly YouTube channel, so please no profanities, no bad words, right? If you don't mind, I would really appreciate it. Keep it real clean there in the chat room. Also, number two, just stay real positive for me. This is all about learning in a positive environment. Really appreciate it if you would just not badmouth anybody or do anything like that. Also, do me a favor. Please refrain from asking for shout-outs. If you have a question, I will be delighted to announce your channel name and then read your question before answering. And hey, that's a shout out, right? So welcome to the live viewer chat here. We have our chat window right there. Feel free to drop some questions in there. Before we start, I have a couple of announcements I want to make. First of all, I probably should put this in the, one more rule, I probably should put this in the rules thing, but do me a favor, don't spoil any recent movies that have come out. If you know what I mean, we have a Avengers Infinity War has recently come out a couple of weeks ago as of this video, so you know, let's not spoil it for anybody. It's just always about being courteous, about being nice, right? Also, I want you to know that you know, we're coming up on summer. I have a son. He is almost 13 years old. He and I are very close. We really enjoyed our time together, and I want to spend a lot of time with him this summer. So because of that, I'm going to make a temporary change for my channel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scale my video releases back to only once a week for the summer months. And that'll be every Friday starting now. So we will not have a video on Monday, but we will have a video on Friday, and every Friday throughout the summer I will continue to do videos, but I won't be doing them twice a week, only once a week, and then in the fall we'll go back and we'll take care of that, okay? So I am excited to tell you that next Friday's video, this next video that I'm coming out with has already been done, and it's on the parallax effect in Hitfilm Express, which is a very powerful effect for that particular software. I'm very excited about it because I lean heavily on that in my next 3 tutorials. In my next 3 tutorials, after that, I will be discussing Andrew Kramer's amazing and awesome tutorial that he did in After Effects on the decay effect. And the thing is that I'm going to do as best as I can to replicate what he did in the After Effects tutorial, but in Hitfilm Express, the free version. Take a look at this sneak peek. All right, so I'm excited to be working on the upcoming Andrew Kramer decay effects in Hitfilm Express. The free version is going to be really, really cool, okay? Last but not least, I do want to say that if anything goes wrong, this is brand new to me. I've never done this before. I have no idea what I'm doing. Things probably will go wrong, and it's all my fault, okay? That's what my wife tells me all the time, and it's really true. Also, I am recovering from strep throat, and so I have a sore throat and a little bit of a swollen tonsil, and so I'm drinking some water just to keep my voice, so I want you to know that as well. Hopefully your antivirus software is up to date, and if it is so, then you don't have to worry about getting strep throat from me. So keep those antivirus software up to date. Right here is the timer, and I am just going to turn that on. And we're going to get this show on the road. We're going to take 20 minutes to get going here. And I'm just delighted to welcome Superhero Inc. V2.0. It's great to have you. Hitfilm Academy, great to see you too. Martin Francis, good to be here, he says. Doroner Is that right? Hi, Jay. It's great to have you. Roy, hello, Sensei. John D, ready to learn? It's DBK. Hey, Sensei. And he has a question. Can you make a video on cloning with the camera movement, please? I can, actually. And there's a couple of ways to do that. You can actually film it on a lockdown camera in a wide, like 4K video, and then move in post, right? Whether you're zooming in or you're panning across. The other way to do that is to film it with a moving camera and then apply tracking. And you'll either have to get really fancy and use the Mocha 3D tracking, or you would maybe get away if it was just a basic kind of movement with a 2D or 2-point tracking that comes standard in Hitfilm Express. So, but I would be delighted to do that. I will make a note to make that happen. Good to have you, Hitfilm Tricks Deutsch. Must be from Deutschland. And thanks, Roy, for nice. I can't wait for it. Curry Games asks, I often make Hitfilm videos, but I can't find a good green screen or stock footage. Do you know some places to get them? Actually, you know, you can make your own, first of all, right? And you can do it right in Hitfilm. If you can even create your own transparent videos in exporting them in the transparent AVI. Believe it or not, I actually have Hitfilm up and running here as well. And if you go to the export tab, you'll see, let me remove my tasks, this uncompressed with AVI is a great way to export a transparent video, which is pretty cool, actually. And that'll allow you, let me come back here, that'll allow you to create your own green screen. Otherwise, you kind of look around, there's some pretty good stock footage out there, but the reality is it's pretty low resolution and the quality isn't spectacular. So if you can create your own, that'd be the best way to go, I think, right? Thanks for the question, Curry Games. Luca Richard says, hi, Sensei. Hello, good to see you. And Martin Francis helps answer that. YouTube does have some lovely best green screen footage. Production Crate is another site. Production Crate is an outstanding site to go to. I use them a lot, and I've obviously, as you may know, I've actually entered some of their contests and things. Also, Action VFX has some great stock footage for you as well. Hi, Super Fabio 10. It's great to see you. Tony Kaiser asks, how long have you been making and editing videos? Well, when I was a kid, back in the 70s, and I am old, I am 50 years old, so back in the 70s, I had a regular 8mm camera. So if you ever saw J.J. Abrams' Super 8, J.J. Abrams and I are the same age, and he drew from his personal childhood experiences. And a lot of us back then, that's what we had. We had those regular 8mm. I had a regular 8mm camera. Apparently, he had a Super 8, which is better sound and all that kind of stuff. Mine was a silent camera. But I literally would go out and film things. I did a lot of claymation. I did a lot of Matchbox cars, you know, stop motion kind of stuff. We filmed ourselves, you know, in superhero movies, Superman and that kind of stuff. And then we'd take those down to Kmart and we'd get them processed and we'd get them back. It'd take a week and a half to get them back. And then I literally would go through and splice them and cut them together, tape them so that I could play them. And that was really literally my first editing experience as a kid, as a 9-year-old kid, right? But then as I got older, I started doing karate videos, actually instructional videos. And when I did that, I had to kind of edit and cut those together. I started off with Movie Maker, which is probably what everybody starts off with unless you have a Mac. And then I went to a software called Pinnacle Studio, which is great for beginners, and it was very easy to use. But then it got to the point where I wanted to do some more special effects. And so I found Hitfilm after that. And it was, gosh, it's been 5 or 6 years ago. I actually started with Hitfilm 2. And so it was almost brand new. but I needed to do a very specific special effect, and I did a search and found Hitfilm and downloaded it. I loved it, bought it right away, and I've been using that exclusively ever since. So thanks for the question, Tony. Let's see. It's DBK. Thanks, man. I hope you make one video on that cloning camera movement. I will. I will definitely do that. That would be great. Actually, I'm really excited about doing the Andrew Kramer decay effects. I'll be doing those next. And then I'll see. I've been playing around with the new dissolve effect. You know, the one that Mike Miller did for the official Hitfilm channel. I did a discussion on that and, you know, kind of made it simpler and easier and provided a file for that and stuff. But that was a really great video. A little bit of tweaking, you could do the Avengers style dissolve effect that you saw in the movie. John D asks, are you going to make a short movie or story? Actually, I have made a few. I've done, you know, a couple of 30-second films. I've done some of the 10-second production crate shorts. But I actually started because it was I was teaching karate, and I had a friend who is also a martial arts instructor. And one day I saw on his Facebook page all these pictures of these kids getting out of a limousine, and they were at this theater, and I was like, what in the world is he doing? What is that all about? So I called him. I said, I'm confused. I have no idea what the heck's going on there. And he says, oh, I had this great idea, you know. What I did was we filmed. I took a flip camera and we filmed a movie in the karate school. I had a camp, and a bunch of kids came, and we filmed this movie, and then I cut it together. It was like fight scenes and choreography and stuff, and then I rented a theater and a limousine, and all the kids got dressed up and went down to the theater in the limousine. They got out, and all their friends were cheering and, you know, asking for their autograph, and everybody went inside and watched this movie. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. I mean, how brilliant is that? What a great marketing thing for your karate school to get everybody's friends. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do that. You know, I was ashamed to say I didn't come up with this idea myself. And so I did that. I've done it several times. I've actually made 8 different short films, and they're actually on my karate school's YouTube channel for everybody to see. And we've done all kinds of different movies, and they were so much fun. They're really cheesy. They're really terrible, but the kids loved them. Their parents loved them. I loved them. You know, everybody had a fun time. It was a great endeavor, and I would absolutely do it again and again if I could. You know, so I've been doing them for a long time. It's just not necessarily on here. I do have some ideas on my channel here to do some cool and you know, neat short films, and I'm working on them, and I'll let you know. They'll definitely come out on this channel when I do. So thanks for the question. Let's see. Dr. Hans Brewery. Hi, Sensei. Love your work. Best wishes from Sweden. Thank you. It's great to have you. I'm so glad you're here. And we have greetings from the Netherlands. What is it? Darenair? Maybe? Darenair? Is that right? Curry Games. I'm Dutch too. Great. It's great to have everybody from across the pond. I am on the eastern side of the United States. And so it's about 6 hours maybe difference in time right now. It's actually about 3:15 right now in where I'm at in the afternoon. Redstone Lodge. Good to have you. Thank you. Roy asks, ever consider doing live lessons via stream on Twitch or YouTube? Actually, I have. And obviously, I can switch over to Hitfilm and actually do stuff. And so I have actually thought about doing a live stream teaching idea. If that's something that you would be interested in, I would love to do that. Just let me know. Drop them in the comments. You know, and I would be delighted to. Redstone Lodge says, hey, good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate everybody who tunes in and watches the videos. I'm always open and welcome to hear suggestions or requests for different tutorials. I'm learning as much as you guys are, I think. My favorite channels to go to, of course, besides the Hitfilm official channel, are Mike Miller's Hitfilm University, obviously Shiny Films, Uwe's at Red Alert. We're all very good friends. I love to see Inkscape Digital stuff, although he doesn't do as much. Javert doesn't do as much. Did you guys see that I actually got to meet him in person? I was in the area where he lives. My wife was there on business, and my son and I went along with her. And while we were there, I got in touch with Javert and said, hey, I'd love to take you out to lunch. And we got an opportunity to sit down and have a meal together and learn a lot about each other and chat. And he's a great, really super nice guy. And I was just delighted to have to met him. So let's see. I'm really struggling with this name. Doranir. Nice to see you. Enjoy the stream. Jay, hope for more streams. Thank you. I hope to do more as well. Martin Francis asks, Jay, do you know if it's right there, Hitfilm's Pro content release has gotten any better with creating more particles, like multiplying the amount of space fighters? Hitfilm 4 Pro gets bogged down when trying it. You know, I had trouble too and with Hitfilm 4, but I think it was more my old computer than it was the actual software. You know, and I think maybe what I could do is go back in Hitfilm, because I have all of the versions all the way back to Hitfilm 2 Ultimate, and try the same project file in all of them. Maybe put together a very easy to do or a very simple like particle thing in Hitfilm 2 and then run it through all of them and see if it's gotten better or worse or whatever. I'm going to guess, though, that they're probably pretty similar. But I can do that. I will give that a try, and I'll just kind of run them and see. I'm going to bet, though, that the newer versions are probably running the same as the old versions. I think my problem was being bogged down was I had an older computer when I had Hitfilm 4 Pro and 3 and 2. And I actually upgraded my computer after I got Hitfilm 2017. Part of it was that my old computer had Windows Vista on it, and they said, yeah, no, we're not going to support that anymore, and so I had to upgrade to Windows 10, which has been problematic, I think, with Hitfilm users. I know several people, including like Mike Miller, have let me know, hey, you know, this, especially in the new Windows 10 updates, it's been really it's rough. So thanks for the question. Let's see. Ethan Butler. Hey, it's good to see you, Ethan. Ethan and I go way back. We've talked to each other many times over the internet. It's good to see you, man. And it's DBK says, can you say what's your best edit ever? I don't have very good edits because I'm just not that good at it. My edits have a tendency to be too long. I need to be more brutal with cutting down, and I know that for sure. When I did the 10-second video for Production Crate, that was the 4 shots, and it was the poker game, the cloning video. That one I was forced, I had to, you know, he had to do 4 shots. I had to do, actually ended up doing 5 shots in 10 seconds, and it was like bing, 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 and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so, you know, fast. And then when I watched it again, I thought, wow, actually it's pretty good. So I really need to be much better at, you know, cutting those down into the, you know, into just brutally quick cuts, you know. I got to think like Michael Bay, you know, only 2 seconds for any given shot, you know, kind of a thing maybe. Thanks for the question. Ethan Butler says, this is great. Do it more often. Your editing has changed so much. Good. Thank you. I hope it's gotten better. I'll tell you that. Hitfilm Tricks Deutsch says, is there any possibility to using something like a low-pass audio filter in Hitfilm Express? You know, that's a good question. That would not be a question for me more than it would be for the Hitfilm guys. Hitfilm is not well known for its audio capabilities. They did recently add the compressor effect, which is really nice, but it's in the Pro version, or you can buy it as an add-on in Express. But it is really a nice, you know, feature to add. Before they had that, I used, actually, I used Goldwave. but Audacity would be the best, probably free version that you've got. I happen to have Goldwave, so I use that, and I'm comfortable with Goldwave. So, but it's an audio software. Also, my lav mic that I used to use, unfortunately, only was one channel, so I had to like copy it to the other channel in Goldwave and then bring it into Hitfilm and that kind of stuff. But now I use a microphone that is a dual channel, so I don't have to do that. But Hitfilm is not well known for its audio, is not nearly as good as it could be. It's really more of a visual effects kind of a software. So, but they have done a lot of things to improve stuff, right? Let me see. Martin Francis, it works finer in After Effects. Yeah. I certainly think so. Josh K writes, greetings from Germany. Should it be I will not tolerate? Oh, does it say I will tolerate? I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say I will not tolerate. Sorry about that. In my rules. I will fix that for the next time. See, it was all my fault. My wife will tell you it's always my fault. Thank you for pointing that out to me, though. I really appreciate that. De Niro says, Doronor says, an American YouTuber with Dutch and German viewers. At one time in my life, I was actually fluent in German, auf Deutsch. However, if you don't use it, you lose it, and I lost it. So I did actually get to visit Germany back in 1989, and I went to Stuttgart, I went to Tübingen, I went to Der Schweiz, Switzerland, I went to France and Österreich, Austria. Beautiful, just beautiful, beautiful area, and I loved it. I was in Frankfurt for a while too. It's the only time I've ever been to Europe was in 1989. It was a great time. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, the Wrench Reviews. Good to see you. Oh, and Curry Games. Great to have you too. I really appreciate that. Let me see. Deutsch, haha. That Josh K says Deutsch, haha. That's what it is, Deutschland, right? I'm not, my German accent is not very good. I totally admit it. Can I reset the timer? No, actually, my son is waiting for me. We are going to do slot car racing as soon as I am done with this. He is very excited. His birthday is actually tomorrow, and we got a new power pack for his slot car track, and he's excited, I'm excited, so it's good to, we're gonna jump on that as soon as I'm done here. But I appreciate you asking for more time. I will definitely do these again if there is enough interest for it. That's for sure. I appreciate you asking, though. The Wrench Review says in their survey they asked if audio would be a thing to work on. That would be Hitfilm, and it is a thing to work on, I think, for Hitfilm. But like I said, it's not really an audio. It's not what they focus on. And I can understand that. I think that's not too unreasonable. There's a lot of free audio softwares out there that if you work together with, you can really do. Also, other softwares like Blender, for example, to create the models and then bring them into Hitfilm to use them. A lot of stuff that you can use to complement the Hitfilm software that you're using, right? And let's see, the Wrench Reviews also says, I use a DAW Reaper for more audio aspects. I think that's a great idea also. Josh K. Stuttgart is 50 miles away from my home. I actually went to the Mercedes Museum there, as well as I saw several of the castles and other museums. I went to the Porsche Museum. Have to go to that if you're in Stuttgart, right? Kind of a thing. Happy birthday to my son. He will have a great time tomorrow. Thank you. Hope your son will have a great time. He will. It's going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to spending that time with him. He's almost out of school, and so we're going to spend a lot of time. So, Jay, you can appoint a moderator for live chat to usher the trolls off. Hopefully, we won't have any, but I appreciate the thought. That's probably not a bad idea. Chris Henson says, hi, Jay, from Nottingham. Great to see you. Tony Kaiser asks, why did I change the name from Hitfilm Sensei to Film Sensei? That's a really good question. It's probably the last question I will answer since I'm just about out of time here. The reason is because I wanted to do more than what I had done. In terms of mostly I was focusing on Hitfilm. but I'm branching out, and I'm going to do things in Blender, and I'm going to do things in, you know, Audacity and other softwares. I actually have a few tutorials sort of in the can, so that way if I get stuck or I'm in a bind and I don't have something for this week, one of them is a morphing video that I use, and then they, of course, Hitfilm official channel came out with a morphing video, but I did it in a morphing software, so that kind of a thing. So, you know, I'm using other softwares too, and I do use them all the time. I've been using Blender for ever since Blender first became a software and became available. So, you know, it is really, you know, it's a great piece of software, and I want to do more Blender tutorials. We have some pretty good Blender people in the Hitfilm community who know an awful lot of what they're doing, and you can catch them on the Hitfilm forums and things like that. So, Slingshot, hey, do you remember me? Of course I do. It's great to see you. So glad you're here. The Wrench Review is always great to see your tutorials in the mornings. Starts my day off right. I do schedule them at 6 o'clock on Eastern Standard Time in the United States. On Friday mornings is when they are. And we will continue to do that. I schedule them so that they just come out. I'm glad that you like that. That way people in Europe can see them before they get too late in the day. So really, really appreciate it. I will do some Blender stuff as well. Hitfilm needs to get you on the payroll, says the Wrench Reviews. You tell them that. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I run a karate school, and I am in the process of moving out of that school and starting a new school where I live now because I have recently moved in the past year. So, but thank you. Hitfilm is a great piece of software, and those people are really awesome people, and it's delightful to work with them on their product line, even in just a sort of a voluntary fashion. But I really do like it. Farrah Films, hi dude, like your work. Thank you, I really appreciate it. So it looks like we are out of time. If you're interested in another live chat, I'd love to do another one. I'll set it up. Just let me know. I really do appreciate everybody coming on. And I want everybody to have a great weekend, and we'll look forward to seeing you again. Thanks, everybody.